like 4-minute speech that you just gave to intro the podcast.
4 minutes.
I need you to give it again.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
you know.
If any of you are cultured, you will know that there is a popular article written sometime in the late 1800s entitled "Sunbeams may be extracted from cucumbers, but the process is tedious." If you haven't given this a read, you should.
Sunbeams?
Sunbeams.
Sunbeams?
Sunbeams.
Okay.
I haven't given it a read because I'm not cultured. But but you should look it up. I've been meaning to read it. I've just been busy with school and whatever and haven't had the motivation or the time to actually read it. But I've wanted to because the title is absolutely fascinating to me.
Have you read Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal?
Yes, I read that. I've read that. When did I read that? I think I read that in like 9th grade or something.
Uh-huh.
So that's a good proposal.
It's a banger.
I
It's a
back
banger.
it. Oh yeah.
Just gotta check out Jonathan Swift's Tumblr. Gotta see if he's got more rhetoric like that. Good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Gotta see if he's spitting more straight fire.
How are you, Ryan? What's up? What's life? How's life? What
been-
is life?
I've been busy.
Yeah.
Just because I was taking 7 credits this
Over
term.
the summer. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, so it was like taking 14 credits, and it's all like double pace. So that was kind of wild. But you know what? I'm doing good. I passed all those classes. I never have to take electrical engineering again, which I'm very excited about.
You poor soul. It's
So-
so much fun though. I love electrical engineering.
That
That class does sound like the most worst formatted thing I've ever heard from what you've told me though.
So this term was significantly better. I really just don't have a head for electrical engineering. It just takes me way longer than most to like figure it out. Like it takes me a lot longer to like wrap my head around it than it does a lot of other things. So I personally struggle with it. But
Of course.
when I know what I'm doing, it's kind of fun. Like I made a theremin for that class. And that was
Yeah.
neat.
Different
Yeah.
things come easily to different people.
Yeah.
You know what else comes easily to you know what does come easily to everyone though?
Breathing. That's not true. Some babies have a hard time with that.
That and everyone knows that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is like the best movie ever made. That's what I'm talking about right now.
I don't know.
Have you
I
seen
feel
it?
like I have not. But I feel like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull might have it beat.
No, man, you got to see The Dial of Destiny.
Is that what the new
That's
Indiana
the
Jones is
new one
called?
that they're advertising where Indiana Jones is 80 years old because Harrison Ford's acting career will never end. It's like the freaking the sun will never set on the British Kingdom like Harrison Ford.
The sun is always shining on Harrison Ford's
I feel
acting
like
career.
I feel like I don't know a lot about Harrison Ford and his roles other than like all the big obvious ones that he did in like the freaking
Yeah.
70s and 80s. Like you got your Indiana Jones, you got your whatever, and then I think he was in like I don't know like
Stairwares?
Shawshank Redemption. I don't know. He was in some movies I never saw.
Was he really?
He was in some other famous movies that I don't know. But I feel
Wars?
like of course, yes. But I feel like in whatever The Force Awakens when it was like, "Oh my gosh, Harrison Ford's back. Oh my gosh, Carrie Fisher's back." I feel like at the time I feel like it was like, "Oh wow, like he hasn't been in anything since forever. Look how old he is." And like I don't actually know if
Yeah.
that was true. I don't know if his acting career like stopped and then started again. But it's just weird that like, oh, now there's another Indiana Jones movie and it's like this poor man
He just wants to go home.
just let him sleep. He's so old, guys. You're making him ride motorcycles and do crazy flips. I mean, it's all CG, so it's fine. But it's like,
Yeah.
this poor guy. Just let him go rest with his millions. He doesn't need any more, or his billions, more like.
Like acting's a tough gig. It's a hard world out there.
Yeah. But no, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is very good. It's super good. Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse?
I have not. I've seen Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, that's a classic. So, I also hadn't seen Into the Spider-Verse until like 3 days ago. It came out, I think it came out during my mission, so I didn't see it. But I remember seeing stuff for it, and I'm like, oh wow, I know that I'm going to love this as soon as I see it. I'm sure you know, like, it's got a pretty distinctive visual style, right? And it's
Yeah, and I've heard literally nothing but good things about it.
yeah, and like it's the biggest thing for me is like it freaking, I feel like, has revolutionized animation and everything. Nothing was ever the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true from an industry perspective, but it certainly changed like how I view animation. The thing is, I never actually watched it. It came out in like 2018, 2019, and I never saw it because I don't know. I always knew I needed to, but I just never bothered. And then Across the Spider-Verse came out, and I was like, hey, Hannah, hey, my wife, do you want to, like, I want to go see it, but we have to watch the first one first. So we, like, back to back, we, like, streamed Into the Spider-Verse, and then the next night we went and saw Across the Spider-Verse in theaters.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, one of them was good, okay, and the other one was absolutely freaking phenomenal. You should go see it. I mean, you should.
Which one was the freaking phenomenal one?
Across the Spider-Verse, the second one, is one of the best movies I feel like I've ever seen. So Into the Spider.
And the first one you say was just okay.
Well, see, here's the thing: is Into the Spider-Verse is really good. It has a lot of super good stuff in it. It has some stuff that I think is just fine. It's just okay. Like the visual style in Into the Spider-Verse is absolutely godlike. It's so freaking good with the like all the crazy visual effects and all the chroma shifting and all the like integrating like comic book effects and traits and stuff. That there'll be like comic book freaking like sometimes things are portrayed as panels, sometimes like every so often there'd be like a title or like a freaking, I don't know, a character is introduced here, let's put their name in a box. There was cool, it was that kind of stuff. I'm making it sound stupid, but it's that kind of stuff, but like the coolest and best I've ever seen it. The freaking cast is ridiculous because the whole gimmick, it's I don't know how there's more than one Spider-Man multiverse movie, but there is, because there was like Tom Holland and there was Far From Home or No Way Home, and it's like, okay, multiverse. And then, but that was after Into the Spider-Verse, which is also a Spider-Man multiverse. Why are there so many Spider-Man multiverses? Like, we're already in the middle of like the multiverse craze, but specifically with Spider-Man, there are two independent Spider-Man multiverses.
It's 2023, so you got to have that multi-diversity. You know what I mean?
Inclusion of all universes and all timelines. Yeah. So the whole gimmick in the first one is that Miles Morales is bit by Spider, becomes Spider-Man. But like in his world, Spider-Man already exists. Spider-Man's already a dude. And
oh, really?
So he gets bit. Yeah, I didn't know this either. So there is a Spider-Man, and he's doing his Spider-Man things. And then Miles Morales gets bit by a spider and starts getting funky powers, and he's like super confused. And so he goes back to the place where he got bit and just stumbles upon Spider-Man fighting Kingpin and his cronies. Kingpin's freaking amazing. Kingpin's so freaking funny, so goofy. Have you seen the memes?
Pinhead?
Have you seen It's All About the Mets, baby? You know Kingpin.
I've seen the. Is he the same one where it's like, I fear no man, but that thing scares me? Is that him?
Maybe. He's the guy who's like, it's the businessman, but he's just a little head in a gigantic suit, and it's super funny. Yeah. And every moment he's on screen is a moment of joy. He's just such a great character. He's so funny looking. I love him. He's my tender son. So Miles Morales gets like mixed up in this fight, and Spider-Man's like, oh no, there's a kid, I gotta save him. And he's also like, oh wait, you're like me, you've got spider powers, that's so cool. And then Spider-Man dies. Like Kingpin kills him because Spider-Man was like saving Miles, right? And so Spider-Man's dead. So
it's Miles' fault that Spider-Man's dead.
120%, yeah. So
it's like Peter Parker, right?
Yeah, like Peter Parker is dead. And so Kingpin's like evil plan was this freaking hadron collider that's gonna like basically open up the multiverse, because they
Yeah.
give him a tragic backstory that like his wife and his son were killed, and so he's like trying to go to it. He's trying to bring them back by like getting an alternate universe version of them.
Yeah.
And like the machine goes wrong, and it ends up bringing other spider people into this world, right? So you have
Yeah.
probably basically the best character in the whole movie, Peter B. Parker, who's just Peter Parker from a different universe. And I guess he has a
Yeah.
middle initial to differentiate him. And he's played by Jake Johnson, who is the best human alive. And so he's a fantastic character. And I'm sure you don't know who Jake Johnson is, because I didn't know who Jake Johnson
idea.
was. But I guess before like a year or two ago, he is an actor. I think most well known for he's in a sitcom called New Girl, and which Hannah and I have watched now the entirety of, and we don't know what to do with ourselves anymore because it's such a good show. It's like the best sitcom ever made. I don't think I could recommend that you would just like watch it, but if you have a girlfriend, if you have a wife, you should watch New Girl with them because it's freaking amazing. And Jake Johnson's character, his name is Nick Miller, and he's one of the funniest characters in anything ever. He's like very how do you even describe Nick Miller?
What if I told you I already know Nick Miller in real life?
Yeah, who's Nick Miller in real life? You know someone named Nick Miller?
He's this kid I used to go to school with. pretty funny guy.
Okay, yeah, so you know him exactly. There you go. There you know Nick Miller. Basically, okay, I just pulled up. There's a New Girl wiki. I just looked up Nick Miller so that I could get like a synopsis of his personality to help like me to explain why he's so funny. Nick is an apathetic, socially inept, extremely sarcastic, and hilarious bartender from Chicago. Blah 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 blah. I don't care about his relations to the other characters. I just want to know why he's so freaking funny. Here we go.
Because he has a sense of humor, duh.
This sucks. This is like describing him as like, this is like how you would describe your friend. Like, he's loyal and dependable. He would drop everything for a friend in need. No, okay, like he's just really, he's not socially awkward because he's like very, very, what's the word? Blasé about how he does things, but he just doesn't like understand simple things, and it's really, really funny. And he's like, I don't know how to describe Nick Miller. He's really freaking funny. That's all I can say. He's the funniest character. I have to like send you some clips of the crap he says. It's so freaking funny.
A bank is just a paper bag, but with fancier walls. I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words. Absolutely not. No, I don't trust fish. They breathe water. That's crazy.
Anyway,
I
so
am vaguely unclear on what blasé means. When I say vaguely,
blasé-
I mean acutely.
well, it's like freaking French for like fire, right? So it's like brash.
Oh, it's French? Of course it's French, actually.
Probably.
Hannah
Maybe.
would know.
Does French have Z's? I don't know if French has Z's.
I don't think so, but it wouldn't surprise me if they pronounce things
It might be like
they have
Italian, you know.
Z's.
A blasé.
It could be
A flambé. A filet mignon.
It's a flambe. It's a me.
Anyway, the great thing about Jake Johnson is he's actually just Nick Miller in real life. Like every so often, Hannah shows me like TikToks of him in interviews, and he's basically just Nick Miller in real life. He's ridiculous. It's super funny. I can't. Okay, frick. I just have to go to YouTube and pull up things Nick Miller says.
Yeah.
And send it to you. Anyway, Peter B. Parker is basically just Nick Miller, and he's really great.
Yeah.
And so he's a really fun. He's like he's a parallel universe Spider-Man who gets pulled in, and he's like washed up, like freaking mid-30s, married Mary Jane, and then divorced her Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he's like Miles' mentor, and it's great. And they're very funny. And then you have Gwen Stacy Spider-Man, who in another universe, Gwen Stacy became Spider-Woman, and she's great.
Yeah.
And then you have a couple of other alternate universe Spider people who are just totally comedic relief, and they're kind of annoying and dumb. But one of them is played by Nick Cage. And
Is
another
it the
one,
pig? Is the pig
no,
played by Nick
the
Cage?
pig is John Mulaney. Nick Cage is the like black and white one. So the movie is Into the Spider-Verse is pretty good. It's pretty okay. It's pretty good. It's a great movie. It's a fine movie. It's great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then Across the Spider-Verse is just a whole nother level where, for one thing, it's like a lot darker. It's a lot longer. It's like 2.5 hours long. And, what a really cool thing about it is like, it sets up a sequel in that it's basically like a 2-parter. Like it just ends like right in the middle, and you're like, oh my gosh, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, it's like okay, cool. We're gonna like set up this new villain. We're gonna set up all these problems and conflicts, and then like they don't beat the villain in the end. They're in like the darkest hour by the end, you know. And then it ends, and it's like, huh? Well, I didn't know this was
It's an Avengers Infinity War situation.
It's basically an Avengers Infinity War situation, yeah. And golly, it's really good. Like the first like 20 or 30 minutes is Gwen, like Spider-Woman's background, like her like origin story basically. And or just like what happened for her, like after she went to her own universe kind of thing, after she went back home after the end of the first movie. And that freaking opening, it's long. It's like probably 20, 25, 30 minutes before this whole like origin intro thing is done, and you finally get the like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse title card. And when that ended and we got the title card, I was like, take that, wrap it up, put a bow on it, make that a short film. That's the best short film I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it was
Make
so
it a Disney
good.
short, put it in front of the next Toy Story.
Yes. Right next to freaking Cecil's game or whatever. What's his name? What's like?
Up?
No,
Up Man?
Up Man.
Yeah. What's up, man? Nothing much. How are you?
If they make a sequel to Up, they should make the subtitle No Good. So it's Up to : No Good. Up to No Good. Oh man, here comes Up Man. His
Somebody
balloons.
get Warner Brothers on the line. Are they the ones in charge of Up?
No, it's
I
freaking
don't
Disney.
actually know.
It's a Disney movie.
I thought it was. Oh wait. Yes, you're right.
Warner
Never
Brothers
mind.
is like
Ignore me.
Space Jam.
And Space Jam 2.
And Space Jam 2: A New Legacy.
The spacing.
Anyway, Across the Spider-Verse is maybe my favorite movie of all time. And I really want to go see it again.
Yeah.
It was
I'm gonna
incredible.
controversial opinion here. I'm probably gonna say it's probably pretty mid, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's you can say that. You can say anything you want. Doesn't mean doesn't mean anyone will take you seriously. Oh gosh. Man.
And they shouldn't, because I haven't seen the movie, and and I'm not that big of a movie guy, anyways.
Oh freak!
So-
Did you die? What happened?
No, but so basically, you'll figure. You know what?
Actually, don't tell
if
me.
you sync up the video and the audio,
That's exactly
You'll
why I
figure
don't
it
want you
out.
to tell me, because that's too much work and I never sync up the video to the audio. I always just plop it
actually,
in.
no. You know what? No, I'm going to tell you what happened. now,
No,
then.
don't. No, it won't work. It won't work.
I walked into a room full of enemies, Jason.
No, now I have to go through the whole video.
And I had like 5 health. Now you have to
No.
put this part on that part while I level up.
Don't tell me that you're like mashing the left and right arrow keys right at this very moment, because
Left,
then I
right,
have to find
left,
that.
right,
No.
left, right.
Now it's down for. Earlier it could have been in the ballpark of like 10 to 15 seconds, but now I have to be like exact.
Oh yeah. Or people are going to be pissed. They're like 3 people that actually watch this are going to be real upset.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, what have you been up to?
I wasn't done talking about Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, well, how was Across the Spider-Verse?
It's really good. In this one part,
cool.
in this one part, they go to a parallel universe where everything's like in India and Spider-Man is Indian, and that's also like the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
It's freaking good.
Heck yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm doing good. How are you, dude?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing super good.
That's
Oh
super
my
good.
gosh, but it just like merges so many different like animation styles. Sometimes honestly, it was like kind of a lot sometimes. Like in the
Was it
first
like almost too much?
yeah, cuz in the first movie like you have like the three main people where you have like Miles Morales, you have Peter B. Parker, washed up Spider-Man, and you have Gwen, and they all
Yeah.
have basically identical animation styles. And then the like comedic relief people, they were more like 2D and flat and like anime-y kind of stuff. And they were all like
Yeah.
different styles. And that was like fine. Sometimes you just have to like it's not like you're suspending your disbelief, but it's a little bit. You just have to be like, okay, yeah, I can be okay with this 2D character on the screen because like they do it well.
I don't know. I feel like whenever you're watching animated characters fly around on screen, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit at least.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know about
That's
you.
not okay. Yeah, it's
but-
like it's like aesthetic disbelief. You know, it's like
Okay, that makes more sense.
suspend your desire for aesthetic consistency. You have to like not let it bother you,
Yeah.
kind of thing. That was a lot harder to do for Across the Spider-Verse, specifically like you can see like sort of differences in animation styles between some of the characters.
Yeah.
But the worst offender was this guy who he was pretty great. He's like freaking UK punk rock anti-establishment Spider-Man.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah, that one. Well, I mean, he's not anti-disestablishmentarianism. He's just
Oh,
anti-establishment.
he's just disestablishmentarianist.
Yeah, he's just disestablishmentarianism Spider-Man. And what they were going for was really cool because he looks like sort of like collage-y, or he looks like almost like marker, like he looks like a paper cutout. With
Okay.
like with and so he looks like composition notebook marker, like colored markers drawing, right? And it's really cool, but he's also on screen for quite a while, and like the way that they do it is like a couple of times a second. He like as he's moving and like his animation, he like like not only is his like scissor cut outline like changing all like constantly, but also like even his color. Now he's like red marker, now he's green marker, now it's blue marker. It's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
And it was also weird because like then later he like takes off his mask and he's like more animated 3DE, but then he like carries a guitar on his back that always looks like paper cutout, and it was just like it almost like hurt my eyes to look at because he's just like really
He's like always different.
he's always different, and he's always like a lower frame rate than the rest of the shot, and it's like a super cool effect.
Yeah.
It's a super cool effect. He looks more like stop motion-y, you know. It's a really cool effect,
Yeah.
but by the time he like left, I was like, okay, thank goodness he's gone. Like he's done now.
I don't have to
like
subject my eyes to this suffering any
kind of
longer.
hurts to look at. He's super cool though. The other funny thing is he's from the UK, and he had like a super thick Cockney accent, which was super awesome. But also there was a couple times where I was like, I need to watch this movie again with subtitles. Like I have no idea what he's saying.
And let me say, that's also just a great name for an accent.
Cockney.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And he did the whole rhyming slang thing. It was so cool.
Heck, is that a thing that Cockney people do?
Yeah, you know Cockney rhyming slang? I read like the Wikipedia page on rhyming slang once, and then I watched freaking Mary Poppins Returns, and they use it in like one scene
Yeah.
where it's like they have slang where instead of saying the word, they say a word that rhymes with it that's like kind of related, and it's not just like random, it's like agreed upon, like consistent slang words.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Like freaking like the one that they use in the movie is they like ask him something, and he says like, I haven't a Scooby-Doo, as in like I haven't a clue, because it rhymes.
Yeah.
It's like that's the best thing. I don't know. I wish I was Cockney, dude. That's so freaking cool.
You could fake it.
Oh no, I couldn't, dude. I don't want to.
You could sure try.
I'm walking in. No, that's
That's definitely an American accent, not literally across the ocean from Cockney. But I say keep workshopping it. You'll get there.
Anyway, good movie. Good freaking movie. The other great thing about Spider-Verse is I didn't
Into
even
the
realize this, but both of the movies are just like there's so many memes that have come out of them. In the last like
Yes.
couple days, I've been like realizing that there were memes I saw before I saw the movie that I did not realize were from this movie. Like there's a lot. It's really funny. It's super cool. Anyway, great movie.
That's probably why I haven't been super getting the recent meme culture
Yeah.
stuff. Because I haven't seen
gotta
into
go
the-
watch some
into the
Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Verse.
The other amazing thing, another incredible thing about it is because these Spider-Verse movies are made by Sony. Which is
that's
interesting.
right.
Like somehow they've negotiated that, right? This like joint ownership of Spider-Man.
And somehow Sony became like a respected animation
That's the
studio.
other thing. Sony Animations, like their last film was like the Emoji Movie, like, and then they made Into the Spider-Verse.
And, like I think of them for like the DVD player I had growing up, not blockbuster films.
like oh my gosh! Let me just look up Sony Animations films. Like they have made some really bad movies.
They're just kind of all over the place.
They made freaking Surf's Up.
Okay, but that movie's really good though.
They made Open Season and Hotel Transylvania and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Angry Birds.
Okay, but those are all, you basically listed like all instant classics.
Okay,
from-
and then they made Emoji Movie. And then they made Into the Spider-Verse. And then they made Across the Spider-Verse, the best movie ever made. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because it's Sony, the first movie is just like, oh, there's some other spider people here. Wow. And the second movie, they're like, they go to not only are they like now there's like a whole multiverse where there's like Spider-Man in like all of these worlds, but also they literally have like an HQ, this like multiversal HQ where like all of the spider people hang out, right? And so there's like hundreds or thousands of them, and
that's a lot.
it's great, and so they have a scene where they're like explaining the multiverse to Miles, and they're like doing the exposition dump, and they show like all these different random Spider-Men and stuff, and I'm sure it's like deep cuts from like the comics because these are all of these superhero stuff. You got like literally like 100 years of history of like all these weird comics to draw from for all the super fans. But then when they're like flashing by, they straight up had Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, and Tobey Maguire.
I think I did see that, and I was like, oh, this is nice. This is good. Because I it's not a popular opinion. I enjoyed the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
I saw the
thought
first one.
they were-
I never actually saw the second one.
I should caveat that with I had never, and I still haven't seen the Tobey Maguire ones.
Dude, Tobey Maguire
So-
Spider-Man movies are fantastic.
Like my opinion only matters so much on that front, but I thought they were passable.
You should like take a weekend and watch. You have to watch Spider-Man so you can watch Spider-Man 2. You have to watch Spider-Man 2 so you can watch Spider-Man 3, because Spider-Man 3 is both ironically and unironically like one of the best movies ever. Mostly
is that the
ironically.
one
That's the one with the
where
Bully
he's, like-
Maguire dance where he like turns evil.
He's just kind of dancing.
Yeah, that comes from Spider-Man 3. And like
I
Spider-Man
still refuse to believe that scene is real.
it doesn't feel real when you watch it. It's like, because oh my gosh, because you watch like Spider-Man 1 and 2, and they like they're old, they're like early 2000s, so like they are very dated. You can tell that like they're old films, but like they're fine. They've got some genuinely good stuff in it. Like Doctor Octopus, Doctor Octagon, Doc Ock is great. He's like legitimately a pretty great villain. There's some good scenes. There's also like a lot of very, very memeable stuff. And I'm sure you'll freaking recognize memes if you watch them. Like the freaking, I'm quite the scientist
like
myself.
Yeah.
That's
That's
so
a good meme.
But Spider-Man 3 is like, it's just turned up to 11. where it's like they have to have known how stupid and ridiculous. Like I feel like they have to have been like poking fun at themselves because it's just ridiculous. Like, oh my, yeah, like the whole Bully Maguire thing is so stupid. It's so weird, and it's just like this montage of him like being a jerk, and it's just so over the top. And he's wearing like eyeshadow, and he has his like hair down and dyed, and it's so ridiculous. It's great.
But also probably one of the greatest scenes in cinematic history.
It is. It's so good. It's so good. Where he's just doing the stupid dance and like pointing at women, and the stupid music is playing, and he just looks so proud of himself. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, if I had a black suit like that, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah, I can't believe it's real. It kind of feels like when you watch Spider-Man 3, it feels like you're watching like a parody video in some parts.
Yeah.
It's great. Spider-Man 3 also has like 3 main antagonists, and they work it really well, and it's pretty impressive. It's pretty cool. There's like Sandman and Goblin Jr. and
Goblin Man.
Someone else, I don't remember. Anyway, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed like in Across the Spider-Verse, they showed like Tobey Maguire's gross crying face, and it's so great. Like they show like the shot of Uncle Ben dying and Tobey Maguire being like
That's so mean.
It's so such funny. A terrible, he has such an awful crying face. Yeah, but like not only has Across the Spider-Verse spawned memes, but it also like it's very, very self-aware in that like they put memes in it. Like they have the classic like Spider-Man pointing meme, like they do that. Like it's great. They reference memes. I'm pretty sure they
understood what the internet was going to do to their child.
I'm pretty sure they understood. I'm pretty sure they put in the Bully Maguire dance at some. I think that's in it somewhere.
I mean, legally they're obligated to.
If you're Sony and you have the rights, then you have to use it.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, it's been like a half hour. I'm done talking about Spider-Man.
No, please keep going.
No.
Please. I really want this entire episode to be about another piece of media.
Okay, well, just a second. It's wicked hot in here. I gotta open a window. Gotta open this freaking.
Also, let the record show that I was joking about wanting the entire episode to be about that.
I'm back. Now I've opened the window and the whole neighborhood can hear our podcast. We just got like 6 more viewers.
Let's go. Have you not been like talking to people at church about this? Like telling them to listen?
Well, yeah, but those are like I can't like force them. I tell them and I'm like, hey, listen to this podcast, and then I like pull out my phone and I hit play.
But you can
and
strongly encourage.
And they're like, oh, this is pretty good, and they're like, you can tell they're just being nice about it. So then I just sit there and I hold my phone and I stare at them as episode 1 plays, and then they start to get uncomfortable and like try to change the topic, and then I just turn it up. I've done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
But this is like now that the whole neighborhood can hear me, it's just even more, non-consensual listeners.
Yeah, we love non-consensual podcast listening. We're all about that here on Rajtat.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't know if anything else happened this week. I just saw Across the Spider-Verse and it was really good. What have you been up to? Any cool things to talk about? Anything to bring to the table?
Yeah,
what's your 30-minute topic?
I've been doing some serious research on and making some serious money moves on building an electric bike.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because like I'll be honest, I suck at electrical engineering. Mm-hmm. My grades aren't the best either in like most of my classes. So frick, I gotta get better at this somehow.
It's an interesting thing to pull out after like how we started the episode. Yeah.
No, I'll be upfront about it. My grades, I'm not going to pretend like they're the best. I'm passing my classes, but I'm not going to be winning any job contracts with these bad boys. So I'm just kind of like well, I gotta, get better at this stuff somehow and like make myself at least somewhat palatable to employers. So I'm like,
Are you applying for electrical engineering positions? You
Well,
go to
no,
like
but
you
just
apply to like a
engineering
law
positions
firm,
in
and they're
general.
like, "We'll solve this circuit diagram." I'm like, "Oh no,
Well, no,
I'm not
no, but,
palatable
like-
to my employers."
Okay, well, actually, like maybe a little bit, because I'll be taking like a mechatronics class
Oh
later.
yeah.
Because there's just a lot of robotics in mechanical engineering. So my plan
That's
is
freaking sick.
my plan.
It's burying
be
the
like,
lead. Why do they call it
hey-
mechanical engineering? They should call it robot engineering. They get way more people.
Because
Everybody wants to work on
there's
robots.
also cars and planes.
Those are basically just robots when you think about them. Robots in disguise.
This point in human history, yes.
I just made a Transformers joke. Did you get my Transformers joke? Anyway, so yeah, you're
Flying
building an
through the
electric bike.
sky.
Electric bike. Is this like you bought like a kit and you have to build it, or are you just like
No,
you
this
went
is like
down to
I'm building it from the ground up.
you just like bought a couple meters of copper wire and you're just gonna go to town?
So okay, so here's the thing. So my plan is I'm
Got an
going to
Arduino
design.
and some Lego Mindstorms motors. You just
Dude, those won't be powerful enough. I'm going to be using like a 500-watt motor.
wow.
It's gonna be a beefy boy. Beefy bike for a beefy boy.
Yeah, to carry around
And-
a beefy boy. Every beefy boy needs a beefy bike.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
And whenever we just said beefy boy, it made me think of Kingpin. It made me laugh. He's Kingpin. It's all about the Met Spider-Man.
But anyways, my plan is to like design it in an AutoCAD software like
Oh
SolidWorks
my
or
gosh.
whatever. Like design the frame
Mm-hmm.
and like all the different components for it. Like find previously made, like suspensions and whatever, and just download
Yeah,
the
yeah,
3D
yeah.
models for those and make a whole assembly for it. And then weld together like aluminum or whatever
Oh my
I end
gosh.
up making it out of.
Wow.
And then buying a motor, putting the motor on there, putting the gears on the motor, putting the chain on there, and doing all the things. I want to have like a little
Holy.
LCD display that shows me my speed, battery charge,
Shows you your score.
yeah, whether I got
Shows
a
the
high score, yeah, how many pedestrians I've hit, full stock.
Yeah. Tells
And
you
I
when your
think-
court date is to appeal to your traffic violations.
Yeah, exactly. Just common like slice of
Quality
life,
of life,
convenience,
Slice of life.
things.
Tells you when the next episode of Fruits Basket is airing.
I don't even know what that is.
I just tried to think of an anime that I'm pretty sure is slice of life.
Death Note. That's slice of life, right?
People get sliced and they lose their life.
Yeah,
That's what it means. Yeah, okay, yeah.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's my summer project.
What-
I'm
what
hoping to
got-
finish it this summer, but we'll see.
Wow. Okay, like what phase are you? Where are you at? 'Cause
So
you got
so
like 2 months
currently,
left of summer.
I've started some of the CAD modeling, but I need to. I'm currently doing research on like what sort of motors and things I'm going to have that are available, and figuring out how to get enough torque on the
Dang.
enough torque out of whatever motor. Because I want to be able to like
Move.
ride up slight inclines at least. And so I'm just mostly researching like, oh, this is how modern e-bikes work, and this is how like torque works with a DC electric motor and all that stuff.
Wow.
And I want to give it like regenerative braking as well. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, but I think it'd be super cool for it to have regenerative braking.
Wow.
and solar
I don't
panels.
know how magic electric regenerative braking works, but I mean,
So
it seems
it's
really
actually-
fancy.
it's honestly super simple. Basically, do you know how a DC electric motor works?
I believe so.
Like it's just like magnets.
It's just a magnet. It
Get
just
some
goes
current
spin.
current pass through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you run it backwards, the opposite direction,
Then
it'll
you
generate power instead of
Yeah.
absorbing it. And so regenerative braking just takes advantage of that fact and uses the kinetic energy from your bike already moving when you want to stop. And
When
slows
you're
you down
not
while
powering
also
the
charging the
motor,
battery.
then it's charging the motor.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Exactly. So that's like what a lot of hybrids do.
Is that only
Yeah.
when you brake, or could you also get that like from coasting?
So my plan is to do it just while coasting, and maybe have like a switch or something to turn it on or off, depending on how I want to do it. But that way, I probably hardly ever need to brake, depending on how sensitive I make it. And then my disc brakes would last for forever. And I think it'd probably cut down on when I need to service it. But honestly,
Wow.
I don't know jack about squat. So
This is an intense project, dude. This is also like a
yes.
freaking, like you were saying, like job application. Like, hey, I built a bike. That's crazy.
Yeah, 100%. So
Well, if you want
it's gonna
to-
be loads of fun.
If you want to take however amount of work that you're already putting into this and like double or triple how much work it takes,
Yeah.
just in case that's what you're looking for, you should make like a series of YouTube videos documenting how you do it, because that stuff sells like pancakes. Millions of hits. I'll watch that crap. I watch freaking stuff made here or whatever the frick that YouTube channel's called. I watch people with more know-how than me building stupid crap. That's awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah, no, I like it. Like, it's super fun. Honestly, that's a really good idea. Something I hadn't considered. I'll probably do that once I get into like the actual build phase of it.
Yeah. Like I said, double or triple your work, because
Because
you don't just have to make the thing. You have to document. You have to document making it. You have to edit it. You have to
Yeah.
film. It's a lot of stuff.
I'm not saying it's going to be a super high quality documentary on it, but it'll be some kind of documentary.
Dude, I'd
Oh,
watch
you know
it.
what? I'll put it on my blog.
Ah, nice. I got him. I
Yeah,
forgot. You told me
I'm
that you have a
living in
blog. You have a secret
2010.
blog that you don't let me see.
I haven't posted. I've posted to it once, and that was like when we were still living together in
Yeah.
Heritage.
I also have a blog that I've posted to once. I think probably every random guy on the internet. You know how every white guy has a podcast? I'm pretty sure everybody has also just made a blog with one post on it.
Yeah. Honestly, that would not surprise me.
My blog actually just became this podcast, because the whole, like, what I was going for with this
Yeah.
hypothetical blog was just a place to talk about and analyze things that I like and why I like them. And I could never really get myself to write like that. And so that's where the podcast came from, is I was like, I can talk about things I like forever. Hey, Ryan, do you want to listen to me talk about Spider-Man for 30 minutes?
And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Podcasts are just blogs for your ears. Put that on my tombstone.
Done and done.
Put it on a t-shirt. Rajtat first merch. Podcasts are just put it on
Blogs
tombstones.
for your ears.
You're dead. You're dead now. Nothing
Never,
lasts.
never read again.
Buy our shirt. It says, life is fleeting. Time is a flat circle. Nothing is real. How do you know that the life is real if your eyes aren't real? This is all a simulation. Yeah, buy our shirt. It's great.
So, slight correction to that.
It's in Comic Sans. It doesn't fit on the front, so it kind of wraps around the armpits.
Time isn't a flat circle. It's actually a cube.
Yeah, with like 4 days per day. And
Yeah. It's
Hey.
like, yeah, you got 4 days for every 24 hours in
time
this cube.
cube.
And if you don't believe me, you've just been taught wrong by the belly button having unicorn marshmallows in the public education system.
Belly button having, is that really what he says in the Time Cube website?
That is as nearly as I can get a direct quote
Take
from
that,
website.
liberals. I don't believe you
Yeah.
because you have belly buttons.
Bo
What the-
Dryden is trying to get us to all believe in the 24-hour circular day, but it's a lie, and we're all going to hell for it, basically.
Hey, you know that one time that you sent me a photo of like a freaking cult meetup that was like,
Yes.
like an apocalypse cult that just like put up a flyer on a telephone pole in Provo?
Yeah, you want to know what that was actually?
Yeah.
You know who that was from?
What was it?
It was a power management company.
Excuse me? What?
I'm not joking. It was a power management company.
What does that even mean?
I got a text from them that was like, "Thank you for joining us at Y23." Signed like this is like whatever the company name was, the acronym for their name. I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
It wasn't
I've
even
been
like
researching this. I've been looking at this. I've been getting hyped for this for months.
So basically,
and
for
it's a
those
power management party,
for those who don't know, which is everyone, Ryan sent me a photo of a flyer that had like a URL that led to a website that was just like a date and time countdown that was
Yes,
like
until
a slowly
Y23.
shrinking. It was slowly shrinking circle on like Utah that then shrunk down. That like each day got smaller, and then it was just like Provo, and it was this like, and there was like no information, and it was like probably an apocalypse cult. And
it was supposed to be that we would all become one and join together in unity.
I thought
That
least
was
it was going to be
apparently
like,
a lie.
I thought at least it was going to be like, that's right, guys, I'm releasing an album. Thanks for coming to my release party. Like,
Or like a drug rave or something, right? No, it's just a regular power company party. Like who is in charge of this and why? I'm like actually kind of miffed about it.
that it wasn't something cool. It wasn't something scary.
I was like, I just stumbled upon something cool that people haven't heard of. This is going to be great. I'll get some firsthand cult experience because that stuff is interesting as frick. No, none of that. Just disappointment.
I thought I was going to get contacted by the CIA a couple weeks later.
Dude, honestly, it's like, all right, yeah, I got the deets for y'all. I can tell you what I saw.
Oh my gosh.
It was one of the biggest letdowns of this year.
I'm so sorry. We gotta
Yeah,
start.
you know
we
what?
gotta start. We gotta start an actual apocalypse cult. We gotta do it for
I
real.
would,
this
but
time.
nobody wants to listen. That's a joke. I haven't actually tried.
We gotta put up flyers. They're like Y24 this time for sure.
Okay, wait, Jason. If I were to actually start an apocalypse cult, would you join?
Yeah, of course.
Like, do I have your sworn word?
Yeah, and I would like donate my entire life savings to you because like, what would I need them for after the world's over, right? You please use my money for to spread your message that the world is ending. But when is the world ending, Ryan? You gotta tell me when. What am I preparing for?
2034.
2034.
2034. The world
Okay.
is going to end. You can Venmo me at I don't remember
At
what my Venmo is,
2034.
but you should definitely Venmo me. Because then I can get your money and warn people so they'll know they're going to die.
Uh-huh.
You won't be saved from it or anything by donating your money. But I promise it will definitely help.
Okay, so in 2034, when we're recording, like episode, probably by then about episode like, I don't know,
1,000?
15? Probably episode 15 of Last Time, yeah.
Is it this like episode 15?
No,
Hang on, what
this is
episode
like
is this?
6.
What? Really? No
Yeah,
way. We've been
we're
doing this
still
for
in-
way longer.
Yeah, we've been doing it for way longer. Doesn't mean we've been recording it for way longer. We just like, we started forever ago and we just never...
I thought we had hours of like backlogged episodes.
No,
already.
dude, it's been like...
I've been telling people to binge this.
It's been like...
That's a joke. I haven't actually been telling
we've
people to binge
recorded
this.
something like every month. So
At least.
it's gonna take us a
sometimes
long
it's
time.
Sometimes it's been every week, 2 weeks in a row.
Sometimes it's been every week for a whole 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, you tried doing something 2 weeks in a row, but you can't.
I
Listeners.
bet you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, you try sticking to a regular schedule habit.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't know how hard it is.
Yeah. Jeez. Stop
It's
being-
really
stop
hard because
judging me.
Ryan goes to bed at about 6 p.m., so there's not a lot of time in the
Okay,
day.
okay. Not 6 p.m., 9 p.m., which is in 15 minutes. But
I think it was like episode 2 or 3 where we were like, the podcast ain't over until Ryan goes to bed. Yo, we just had a running joke. We had a callback. Only dedicated fans will get that.
Oh my gosh. But the problem is, I'm like in the podcast. I didn't get that. I didn't remember that.
Well, you just gotta listen. You gotta listen to them a lot. You know.
Am I a fake fan?
If we don't release an episode for 4 weeks, that's 4 weeks for you to go back and re-listen to every episode again. Because you don't want to miss the lore. You don't want to miss. We could be hinting back to that one time that Ryan coughed and said something under his breath. You know that's coming back, dude. That was actually a big reveal. You just don't. You'll find out in episode 14.
Right. We've been planning this arc like years in advance.
Yeah. It's true. We're actually recording this in 2015.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Dude, no way. That's kind of crazy, actually.
How's what was big in 2015? I don't know. I was gonna say Dream SMP, but that was like 2 years ago. What was big in 2015?
Watergate?
Probably, yeah. 2015 in the United States. President was Barack Obama. That's pretty cool.
I've heard of him before.
The New England Patriots beat the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. That was a great game.
I
2
think
months.
some people were
didn't you
upset
love
about
that game?
that one.
Actually, yeah, it said amid
watch
controversies and accusations of cheating. How did you know that?
Because I'm from the future.
I've literally never heard of this Super Bowl, and you just... The deflate gate. Oh, that was the balls? That was the year that, like, the balls were too deflated, and Tom Brady said, some like I'm big, some like I'm small, but to me those balls were perfect, and those were real words that came out of Tom Brady's mouth during a press conference. He said, those balls are perfect. It was great.
Wow.
Did D's Nuts exist in 2015?
Dude, that's like 02.
The first known usage of D's Nuts comes from The Chronic, a 1992 album by Dr. Dre. Oh, well, yeah, you're actually right.
Wait, what? I was right?
I've been D's Nutting for 31 years now, dude.
Was that? Wow. I was
92.
joking. I just know it from that dude who's like, ha, got you.
Yeah, that was from like Vine, which was like 2015.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that was like Vine, right?
Oh.
Gosh, this is a weird episode.
This is pretty on par. This is pretty standard.
Oh my gosh. Well, should we wrap up? Got anything else you want to talk about?
Gosh, I don't think so. But nobody's going to be able to see the end of this epic journey. Actually, I know what I'll do, because I know everybody's super invested in this.
Uh-huh.
I'll save the game and pick it up when we record again.
This is a two-parter. This isn't just episode 6. This is like episode 6 part 1.
This is a Rajtat first.
Continuity.
Playing a game twice on the podcast.
You're seriously gonna pick up I don't even know what game are you playing, dude?
I can't tell you.
But it takes you like 2 hours to upload the whole file to Google Drive.
What do you mean it takes me like 2 hours?
It takes so long, dude. I'm not going to get to know what game you were playing for ages.
That sounds like a personal problem. Yeah, I went there. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Oh, man, I have to watch a whole freaking like hour of footage to find when you moved left and right. Oh, man. Well,
you chose this life, Jason. Also, don't take my word for playing this game again, because I might forget by the next time we record.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want to be called a liar, even though I totally would be a liar.
Oh, the fans will get on that in an instant, dude. They'll destroy you for that. So it's a good thing that you.
Well, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking now that they don't, because I'm sure they'll be understanding and forgiving, like all people on the internet are.
Rajtat episode 6 part 2, the apology.
And it starts out with us on camera. We're like, guys, we messed up.
Guys,
sorry.
we messed up. that's it's not called the apology, it's called we messed up. That's the freaking stupid.
We let you down.
We're really sorry we missed our upload schedule, guys. Oh man. I know that you guys count on this podcast week after week, and we weren't there for you.
You need us to be consistent and reliable and not.
We know that you've been hurt
dumb.
before, okay? We know you've been in bad relationships where they said one thing, they did another, and we're so sorry. We played into your traumas.
We've changed.
Oh my gosh. Please just post nice things on the subreddit again.
Please. That's right. We have a subreddit that Jason's been working on for the last I don't know, couple months.
Yeah, I've been down. I've been
really good.
I've been down in the mines.
Super professional.
You know, I've been digging out all of the subs, trying to stake my claim. You know, I got some subreddit ore, but it needs some refining before we can get it into the bricks, the bars. Into the comments and the threads. But so that I'm gonna send that off to the processors this month, and we do need
about. Be ready by the time
I actually wanted
to
tell you this, Ryan. We do need an initial investment of about $60,000. That's not for me. It's just the cost of starting a subreddit. So
well, as soon as my e-bike business takes off,
hey, everybody, start bringing your Apocalypse Cult donations as soon as you can, so we can get the subreddit going. Yeah, it's all coming together. The Rajtat cinematic universe is in its early phases.
That's right. You didn't think we'd be here, but we are.
Making callbacks to episode 2 in episode 6.
Welcome to the depths of Tartarus. No soul will escape.